Welcome to our channel and thank you for watching the video today. Today I will be giving my top tips on how to get to your destination and home from your destination safely. These tips and equipment that you need to have not only will help you get there on time, but will also help you get home. There's nothing like being broke down on the side of the road. So tip number one, make sure your tires are properly inflated on your tow vehicle and also on your camper. The second tip is make sure that you do your maintenance on your tow vehicle. There's nothing worse than being halfway there and broke down trying to go camping. So that includes oil, alternator belt, make sure your battery's good, make sure your air filter's good. All those things you need to make sure are up to date and have been changed on a regular basis. Before any long trip, I would suggest that you go ahead and change your engine oil and check your air filters and your belts and your hoses and all that. Also, another big thing is when you're towing with a vehicle, the transmission will get hot. So my third tip is I have installed a extra transmission cooler and also an auxiliary fan that I can manually turn on inside the truck if I see my transmission temperatures getting up. Okay. Tip, I forgot what number we're on.
Number 3, I think.
Number 3. Tip number 3, make sure you have some basic tools. Okay. Now, I do all my own mechanic work, and if I break down on the side of the road, I fix it. So I have a full socket set, small and large, a set of wrenches. I actually have 3 sets of wrenches. I have another set of wrenches, and also this is a set of ratcheting wrenches that I like to use. I have pliers, and in this I have screwdrivers and cutters and stuff. So that's my tip 3. Tip 4, make sure you have fluids for your vehicle. Make sure you have automatic transmission fluid. I also have oil that I keep in the truck. Make sure you bring some water in case you overheat for your radiator. Make sure you bring an extra fan belt. These are the kind of things that will keep you from breaking down and being stuck on the side of the interstate. Okay, tip number 5. Going back to the making sure that your tires are properly inflated. Everybody needs to have a good air compressor. I have mine mounted underneath the hood because we do adventures and I like keeping it with a truck, and it's a heavy duty 12 volt air supply, so I can fill my truck tires up and also the camper tires. Okay, I'm on tip number 5, right? Tip number 5.
5 or 6.
Is make sure that your tow vehicle is capable of towing your camper. This is a small overland style camper. It doesn't weigh a lot, but on all campers, it's going to have a dry weight and a maximum weight. Okay, what I mean by dry weight is right here is what this camper weighs when it is completely unloaded. That means when there's no water, no propane, no gear in the camper. This is the maximum this camper can weigh when loaded. That means propane, water, camp gear, food, all of that. You do not need to go over what this says, and this number here needs to be under what your tow vehicle is capable of towing. Okay, so make sure about that. And if you're not sure about your tow vehicle, on all vehicles inside the door, they will have a plate on them, just like the plate that is on the camper. It tells you here what the gross vehicle weight is of the truck and everything. So this will tell you how much your vehicle can carry and tow, okay? Tip number 6, make sure that you do not overload the tongue, okay? And on that tag I was speaking about a while ago, it's going to have a max tongue weight. And what that means is how much weight is on the tongue while you're towing the trailer. You want the trailer to be level with the truck when you're towing. If you put too much stuff up front, it will cause the truck to nose down. If it's nose down just a little bit, that's okay, but you don't want the trailer up. You don't want the trailer to be picking up on your tow vehicle. This is also bad. So you need to have enough weight on the tongue to keep it stable, but not so much weight on it that it is too much for the tow vehicle. If you load this camper too far back, if all your weight in this camper is behind the axle, it will try to pick your truck up as you're going down the road. And that's what causes jackknives and real bad accidents. Okay? So that's all my tips about making sure that you arrive to your destination and that you can get home from your destination. Always, always, always double check and make sure before you go. So completely walk around the rig, check your tires. It's extremely important, because if your tires are underinflated, they create heat, and the heat in the tire is what causes it to rupture and go bad. You can also get a TMS system, which is a tire pressure monitoring system. I currently don't run one because with my truck set up the way it is, and when I pull this camper, I don't have but about a 175 to 200 mile range. So every 175 miles to 200 miles, I'm stopping to get fuel. And when I stop to get fuel, I always, always, always check and make sure that the tires are not hot and that they're still properly inflated. And one bonus tip when towing, always make sure that when you hook it, to always, always put a pin in it. Make sure you hook your safety chains. And also, if your trailer is equipped with trailer brakes, make sure that you attach your trailer brakes. What this does is if this trailer detaches from my truck, it will pull this cable. I know I got it spun around, but we're not using it right now. It will pull on this cable, and what that does is it will lock the brakes on the camper to keep it from going.
Oh, okay.
But it will only lock the brakes on the camper if you have your battery turned on. This is where I can turn my battery off and where I can turn my battery on. Mm-hmm. If you have this in the off position and this trailer gets away from you, and it will not stop because the brakes are electric. So this has to be on for this emergency system to work. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks, and please subscribe and give us the thumbs up.